The numerous documented and studied cases of past life experiences unequivocally support the existence of life after death. Many institutes have conducted studies on the afterlife, near-death encounters, or consciousness after death, and have discovered evidence that life continues beyond death. There have been many instances of near-death encounters in which people had a spiritual contact, such as seeing the light or coming face to face with their deceased loved ones. It was also discovered that there was a variable amount of time lag between death and the subsequent birth on Earth. Every incidence of reincarnation that had been documented. The majority of us are familiar with the idea that someone can experience the sensation of being in a tunnel and traveling toward the light at the end of the tunnel. This mental image serves as an analogy to symbolize the belief that there will be a resolution or a joyful conclusion to the difficulties one is facing. We made the decision to investigate the spiritual significance of the expression, the light at the end of the tunnel. It is most frequently employed spiritually in the following two situations. Number one is a priest or a medium may be brought in to aid with the problem when a ghost, demon, devil, negative energy, etc. is affecting a person or a building. They frequently ask the disturbing creature to go into the light as a spiritual practice. The presence may be a ghost or an ancestor who is trapped on Earth and hasn't been able to leave. Hence, the priest or medium's request for the entity to move into the light is an invitation to move toward God, divinity, or higher positive levels. Number two, sometimes during near-death encounters, NDEs, people see themselves passing through a tunnel with a light at the end of it. In order to determine what the light was that people could see, the Foundation of Spiritual Science conducted spiritual investigation into both of these incidents. The conclusions were as follows. The Samadhi refers to the spiritual level obtained via communal spiritual practice, whereas Vishadi, spiritual practice, refers to the spiritual level attained through personal spiritual practice. Currently, 30% as important as spiritual development for the benefit of society. Those who authentically pursue God realization clearly see the divine light in reality. Spiritually advanced individuals, Samashis, and advanced individuals, Vyashis, are genuinely able to glimpse divine light thanks to their great merits or their lack of ego. They finally reach the divine heavenly light once they have earned. At the point of death, the rest of us cannot see any light. Instead, we pass away. We typically see darkness, while most subtle bodies traveling through the zone of the death, Martilok, which we pass through right after death, see only darkness. It is a purplish in color. The subtle body has a black covering of impressions of unfulfilled desires, personality flaws, ego, and frequently a covering of black energy from ghosts. This is why, as a result, it appears as though they are blind and are unable to see the true colors of the zone of the dead. The light that individuals who do not have a heartfelt desire for God realization see is really just the light generated by a subtle sorcerer, Mantrek, who creates illusions. Due to their powerful spiritual strength, subtle sorcerers are capable of creating optical illusions of light as well as the sensations of happiness and serenity that emanate from the light. Their spiritual abilities plus their black energy creates these illusions. This is a trick they utilize to entice subtle bodies into. Ancestors who were born on Earth typically had lower spiritual levels strong attachments, and unmet goals. This simply means that when they pass away, they typically cannot perceive a divine light. By encouraging them to enter the light, the zone of the dead is the place where the tunnel is often seen, Martilock. In addition to the ability to view the tunnel, the SSRF seekers were also able to explain its specifics due to a highly activated sixth sense ESP. So what then can one do to assure that they see the truthful divine light? They can use one's time on earth for spiritual development. This is the best course of action in order to prevent stagnation or deterioration in spiritual progress. This spiritual practice must adhere to the basic values of spiritual principles. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.